Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this evening's broadcast of TarnationTV.com on the YouTube machine. Thank you very much for watching. The race this evening will be taking place at SMO Gaming Simulations. It's their finale. Right, I guess pretty much their last race of the year, of the season. Long seasons here. I think this is like race 36. I've lost track. I do have screens to show me all that stuff. We'll be looking at the points. It's a pretty tight race, but either way, we'll talk about that in a bit. My name is Blaine Donlan, joined by Rod Weston. Welcome back, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, glad to be back. Racing the old school flat version of Homestead. That's pretty good. There's going to be some interesting points racing tonight, as you mentioned. Some of which, well, you know, we'll get all into that because there's some battles that are going to be going on. Right now, they're currently qualifying, and your current point leader, Chris Aiken, looks like he's on the pole so far, but we'll see. They still got about a minute to go.
That's the thing, looking at Aiken. He's already clinched the championship coming into this race by a large margin. We're looking at second, third, and fourth place, all being within about 100 points of each other, give or take. It's going to be a race to kind of complete this podium. If we count 1, 2, and 3 on the season as a podium finish, we're still looking, we don't know yet. Second and third is going to be up for grabs, and we can show you that right about her.
Plus, you got Josh, too, and Tom Goodman battling for the fourth spot. That's another thing we'll be keeping an eye on tonight, too. And like you said, second and third, which would be Viper and John Wall, are currently fighting for the second position. But I think, if I remember correctly, it was Jamie could get up to third because he's currently, but it's just all depends. If, let's say, Mr. Wall and Mr. Viper have some bad luck, Jamie could go up there and steal second away from second, or I think the highest he can go is third. But
yeah, because it's showing on the screen here now. You can see the fourth place of Jamie Tedder driving the 910. You can see that column there, points, and then there's the gap to the lead and the gap to next. So the gap from Tedder to Wall is 165 points. Wall would basically have to be forced out of this race with a DNF for Tedder to get a guarantee. Because there's only 20 people racing tonight, and even 20th gets a pretty good chunk of points, even if you get last.
So he probably would have to win, and then John would have to get last. But, well, there's only 15 cars out there. Kira Reynolds is in there, but I don't know if she'll be racing, so that means that there'll be about 14 cars. So, you know, he would have to win, and and I think Wall would have to be the first one out.
That's excuse me. Yeah, that's the thing. This is a great league. They're always pretty consistent, getting about 20 drivers to come out. The problem with a 20 driver field is last place still gets a pretty good chunk of points. So if it was a 40 car field, that 40th car is only getting like maybe 30 or 40 points. But it'll be a good run nonetheless, because especially for second. What's the gap to second there? It was like Wall's only 85 points away from Viper. So Wall can pull out a win, and it's gonna be interesting.
Viper's gonna have to struggle a little bit for him to be able to catch up to him, but
and you can see at the top of the screen there, after 35 events this season, these are the final point standings for the entire list of drivers who participated. This is race number 36. Quite the hefty season here on Sundays at SMO. So if you want to get in with these guys, definitely do it. It links in the description. And, of course, you can get on their Facebook page, too. Facebook.com/groups/SMO.hardcore. That's their Facebook page, which I found out today. I hadn't even joined the group.
Come on.
I race with these guys, like we broadcast for these guys, and I'm like, how come I can't find SMO? Because I can tag them in posts, but for some reason, I must have just had a different link or something. I don't know.
I got a few races in there. I'm currently 11th in points. Didn't get that many.
Are you on the list? Oh, you are on the list.
Yeah. I raced with them a little bit off and on.
Nice.
More so before we started really getting into the ASR stuff on Sunday, so and that kind of stopped me. But no, great group of guys. Love racing with them. A lot of fun. They really, really enjoy racing, and they make it fun and a wonderful thing for the people that do actually race here. So it's a good group of guys.
It is, yeah. Did you have that list that Tedder sent me? I've got it on screen right now if you wanted to pick through those bullet points. About pretty much, these are notes from the top of the league here saying, pretty much describing this race.
Basically, Aiken has got it. He's already clinched the championship. There's nothing that anybody can do to take him out of there. Viper and John Wall will be a head-to-head to the final for second and third. Like we talked about earlier, an early mishap with Viper would allow John possibly to take over second. You said I think it was like an 84-point battle, so that would kind of do it. Jamie Tedder is way out there, but he's going to get he's got fifth place pretty much, but he could possibly get up a little higher, just depending on how the rest of the Viper and John Wall their race goes. And we do have the final battle between Josh Tew and John Goodwin. Tom, sorry, I don't know why I said John.
Because John's a famous actor. Yeah.
Fast Cow, yeah. But, and we'd have to look at the points here on them. Hold on. Let's see, they are... say they're pretty close. They're tied going in. That's pretty close.
That would be pretty close, yeah. Let me see.
But basically, Josh Tew and Tom Goodwin, depending on who finishes ahead of who, is going to be your...
Oh, yeah, they're exactly tied with 4,993 points each for fifth. So, yeah, Tom and Josh battling for fifth. Tedder hoping something happens to Wall. And then, of course, Wall and Viper are fighting for that second place spot because they are, there's only an 85-point gap between them. Aiken, you can't even catch him. He's, as you can see there, from Viper to Aiken, the gap is 719 points, so that's not going to happen. Chris didn't even really need to show up the last couple of weeks, and he still would have. He must have clinched this thing, a couple of weeks ago, easy. Look at the column there, too. With 34 races, he's got 17 wins. 33 top fives.
I was just looking to see how many wins. Chris Aiken has 17 wins for the season. Yeah. Kind of that's a half the season wins.
Yeah.
John Wall, he's probably usually gets quite a bit more than that. But I was looking to see how many races that he made.
Wall?
Yeah, so Wall is only 26.
Yeah.
I know that because sometimes his work schedule makes it so that he cannot get there in time.
Right. And a stat you can't see there, the amount of laps led by Aiken, 753, which you can probably see here, because this is the full list. Yeah, 753 laps led out of 2,960. I love these. There's so many stats, it's almost pointless, but I love it.
Yep.
Because it gives us a lot of stuff to talk about.
Get through qualifying the results here real quick before they get ready to go green, which is going to happen right here soon.
Yep.
Drivers, to your cars.
Looks like Chris Aiken is going to be on the pole. Outside pole, John Wall. Dennis Chambers is in the house tonight. He will start third. Josh Tew is going to start fourth. Jamie Tedder in fifth, and Tom Musa in your Hot Wheels car. He will start sixth. Then RJ Bishop's in the house of the Kodak Dodge tonight. And then Tom Goodman, Fast Cow we call him, he's going to start eighth. Viper, he's going to be back there in ninth. And then Alex Crinkley, I hope I said that right, in the 9. He will be 10th. 11th is Crocodile Crop. We like that name. That's an interesting name. And then the 12th position is going to be Zachary Tyndall. And I hope I said that one right. Then there will be Jim Jurgen. RC, we call him Dick Jordan. And then Kira Reynolds is the last one, but I don't know if she's running or not. We'll find that out in a short bit.
Yeah, Kiara probably will not You can see her right there looking. Yeah, car has retired. Oh, who's the other one that retired? Two of them just retired there. Two of them kind of pulled off to the side. Oh, Jernigan.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Why did Jernigan retire? I know
Not
Kiara
sure.
likes to watch the. She'll just watch the race from the sidelines. Either way. We will.
I figure John Wall's car has a train on the side of it. That's kind of fitting, so he's a train driver. Engineer.
Oh, is he really? Is that what he does for a career?
Drive
wow.
the train.
Nice.
Remember, this is the old version, a flat version of it. So, you don't go sailing through the corners quite like you do the newer version of Homestead. So, probably see a few of them push up into the turn one corner just a little bit, trying to get used to it again.
See, every time we have a race at Miami, it usually is the stock game version of the track.
2003 is that multi-groove. Progressive banking green. Chris Aiken got a good run off that start. Left John Wall back there. Chambers is inside of Wall going in 2-1. Cars seem to make the corner. You see a few of them up there in the higher group. Cars just getting there a little heavy. It's like I said, it takes a little while to get used to these flat tracks.
There's something comforting about this original Cup mod as well, if anybody was wondering. This is you're looking at it right now. This track shipped with the game, and this car style shipped with the game. Where, like, on Thursday, if you were watching at Rolling Thunder, they use the Xfinity 2020 cars. When Rod and I call Maverick on Tuesdays, they use the Generation 6, I think that's the 2015 cars. This is the original 2003 cars that shipped with this thing. So you could just basically install this game and come race here right now. And download the paint schemes, of course.
Yep, that would be the way they did it. And when you bought it, that's the only mod that came with it. There didn't even have the ability to add any other mods or anything like that. And then, as we've talked about before, about how this game actually came out in December of 2002 because they could no longer sell it because EA Sports had bought the rights to NASCAR, and so the proprietors couldn't sell the game anymore. And until Project Wildfire came along, where a group of guys got together and actually made the truck mod and the bush mod, and then give it the ability so people can make all the mods that we run on this now.
Right. It's like they saw the writing on the wall, and they're like, okay, well, we can open this game up. And what was it? The GNS mod.
Yep, GNS mod, the truck series.
And the PT, the
PTA,
Project Trans Am ones. Yeah.
Yep.
The PTA one. And the PTA one was cool because it had a 7-speed transmission in it. Speaking of which, too, here at SMO on Thursdays, they run the DW 2012 Indy cars. Yep. Which would obviously the physics are completely different now because you're driving that style of car. They handle completely different. It's so much fun. And a 7-speed transmission is really cool, too.
Yep. John Wall was able to sneak underneath Chris Aiken and take over the lead. I think you'll probably see, because, John is one of the better drivers here. He, like I said, he usually wins a lot. But then again, Chris is no slouch either. So I think you just saw Chris back off, let him go, let him run his tires down. He's got nothing to lose. He's got bragging rights to say that, I won 18 races and not 17. So he's starting to make a charge back to him. He get a little loose?
He got loose and all by himself there, lost control. Green remains up. The administrators here control the yellows as well, just like they do at Maverick. So that was kind of just out of the way. Nobody was in peril. So we stay under green. There's a look at Dick Jordan in the 61 with Crocodile Crump and Alex Crentley. It's a new name we've never said before. It's a hot-looking car, too.
That situation I think probably really hurt Jamie's tires. He's getting run down right now by Zach 13 Tyndall there.
Tyndall, yeah.
He's got the rookie stripe on the back of his car, so I'm sure I'm like I said, I haven't raced with him at all yet, so not really sure. Don't know much about his history in racing, but
hey man, SMO though, if you want to get into it, they're open arms. They may have requested to put the rookie stripe on the back, and just go for a ride and follow and learn. I'm not sure, like you said, I'm not sure about Zach's history. Maybe I'm watching him run laps here right now, and he's running fine. He's not struggling at all, so I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's a name we haven't heard doesn't mean he's not a 20-year veteran of the simulator. Those guys have been playing this thing just as long as me. I'm sure I've never even heard of them. Oh, there goes. Nice. Wow. Okay. That was awesome. That was awesome. We're gonna back that up. Watch the wreck avoidance here by Zach Tyndall in the 13.
Yeah.
the 910 starts to lose control.
I think he was just basically on old tires.
Wow. The 910. See, they did not even make contact.
Yep.
And he didn't even touch the wall. What happened to the 910? Holy moly, bro.
Remember, he spun earlier, so
that
probably that right rear tire was probably just chewed up and just
the thing just turned right. See it in slow motion there if we can see it go down maybe.
I don't know if it probably went down as much as it might have just got to the point where it was just because he had had issues with it earlier that it just probably got loose on him, and we don't know for sure, but he probably had wore the tires out with that spin cycle. So
yeah, but the 13 didn't come into contact with him, didn't hit the wall. That was pretty neat. Yeah, I'm
Viper stayed out. Just looking to see, Viper stayed out, which helps him get that bonus point leading a lap, I bet. Oh, Jamie, yeah. Jamie almost got into Viper coming down. He was just trying to catch up because I think he's got a flat tire, and he went to slow down and he could not slow down. I was just looking to see with the battle with Josh 2 and Tom Goodman. I thought one of them guys would have, but somebody else did it already, but they would have probably gone out there and tried to lead a lap. Hey, there's 5 bonus points. And I believe that's the point system they're going off from. So that would have been 5 bonus points. That 5 bonus points would have put you that much ahead of your guy that you're tied in points, So
yeah,
I would have thought you'd seen one of them out.
It looks like Goodman goes around. I believe that was probably the reason for the yellow. That's right where it comes out right there. Single car spin, though. But a couple did happen in the same lap.
So, let's see, Viper and Jamie Tedder and Tyndall are all headed down pit road. Pit on turn 3 on this track, so it's a little different.
A long drive, yeah.
Yeah. Big thing here, especially with a track like this, is you want to make sure that you do not pass the pace car when you hit pit road, because that white line right there at the beginning of pit road, if you're ahead of the pace car or a car that is in front of you on the track, you can receive a black flag for that, which is a drive-through penalty under green, which can hurt.
Yeah. You really got to pay attention to your relative, like the F2 screen.
Yep.
Make sure you do not pass someone you cannot see.
So say you could probably bring that up, or no? You can't, no, because you're not. I was just trying to think of, but you can't bring the FQ keys up.
No, I can't. No.
That'd be almost neat if you could. You'd have to, the only way to do that is you'd have to be in a car to do it. So.
Yeah, it would be cool if it did it, like if, the car that I'm watching
Yep.
And I could just bring it up through that one car, so everything relative to this guy would be cool. Like to see, like right now I'm locked on to Viper. It would be neat to see the relative, the times for the cars around him. I'm sure there's a mod that probably does it.
Oh, I'm sure. There's so many neat and cool. But you didn't. I'm looking at the broadcast there. You got the ticker going across the top. You didn't bring out the old side ticker.
Nope. I asked Tedder. I said, "What do you guys want?" And he said, "We'll go with the horizontal one." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I was thinking of completely when I redesigned it for the vertical one, which I use at ASR and the Talladega Challenge. I was thinking I'll just abandon this one, this look. But then I'm thinking, well, if people want to use it, then let's use it.
Yep.
So here we are using it. So it's Maverick prefers this, and SMO prefers it as well. So this is a good one for leagues that don't have like 43 cars, because that's the thing on Thursday with the Talladega Challenge. That race is always full, and with that left side vertical ticker, you can really see where your guys are. That's kind of pointless in a race that's got less than 25. I think the screen can hold 25 drivers, so it would never have to change, which would be fine. You could always see where everybody was, but it does cover up some screen real estate. So you gotta weigh it, right? You're like, well, if there's 25 cars on the track, you don't really need to have that vertical ticker. You can flip back to this one and see the whole screen from right to left.
Yeah, it's neat. I was just mentioning it just purely because it is, you're back to the oldest one there, and some leagues that I watched a little bit of the Flat Out Network because of the race last night that like I said, I couldn't make as pace car makes it off. We're getting ready to go back green.
Yep.
And noticed I could see a little bit of the difference in the graphics with that Flat Out and Tarnation. What a launch by John Wall.
Yeah.
Right off that. He was on it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of computer Seth has. I mean, the one I'm using right now, what you're looking at right now, I built this computer custom in 2015, so it's 10 years old.
Yeah.
But if you're running it on a laptop, yellow flag is up again.
Didn't take long.
See what happened there. I don't see anybody around. Huh. You see anything? I don't see anything.
Oh, I didn't see anybody around or out of shape.
Oh, there is okay, there it is. We got it. Looks like the 61 of Jordan. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yep, all right. Oh, yeah, for sure.
ABM, 61 car.
Yeah, the 61 car, the 13-minute mark here. This is the restart. I'm not saying it's his fault. It's just that's who I saw smoke come from. Yeah, it looks like somebody just missed a shift, or there's a big check up there. Yeah, the 4 and the 18 actually had to hit the brakes, and then that collected Jordan. Yeah, Jordan and Crocodile Cromp there, and Musa behind them. Yeah. So
it's funny how that the incident. You look at it; it's a little bit further up. It almost looks like possibly Tom Musa missed the shift. If you see on that start, he is a little bit away from the cars in front of him. Just he drives away, unscathed for the most part. And then that accordion effect always seems to go back, and 2 or 3 cars back, you seem to get the worst of that.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that when I switched to TV 1 and watched it for that last time, it did look like Musa was the one that got hung up a little bit there. So yeah, he might have missed a shift, or maybe forgot the clutch or something.
Yeah. That happens. So now the question, how many are going to pit? And I know that John Wall, Chris Aiken, Josh 2, Tom Musa. they guys are going to stay out, and I think a few of them went the other cars from behind there all went in.
Yeah, it looks like Zachary Tyndall is down there.
I haven't raced with these guys for a while. Tom Moose is still in the old, Hot Wheels car, but Josh 2's got a new car for tonight, which is really a sharp-looking ride. Like I said, John Wall's in that one. He's got the trains on the side of it. I don't know. I know that the Josh 2 car is tonight just because Josh popped in to make sure that we had it. I imagine John's probably had that one there for a few races. I showed a car to Robert Spring. He was talking about cars and whatever. I showed him a car that I had been, it was quite a few years back. I bet you 15 years or so. It might even been more than that. Before I even understood what layering was, did this all in one layer, not one setting. Oh yeah, but it was a Mark Martin tribute car. Okay, so the front of the car, we'll start at the back. The very back piece was Strolls, and then it went to Ford, to Folgers, and I think it was Valvoline, Viagra, all the way to the Army car in the front.
Okay.
It looked like it was out because the last car he drove at that time was the Army car. He was driving the 01 Army car, and so it looks like he's driving down the track, and it's all peeling off to get to the Army car.
That's cool.
And I did it in one layer. So if I couldn't fathom it now.
See, I think I probably did that too, because he wouldn't even have known, when you start messing around with computers. Like, oh, wait a second. I can put this on a layer and move it around by itself? Yeah. Cool.
Here, bat green.
Because you probably, like me, you probably started on MS Paint. That's one layer.
Back in the day, NASCAR, I think it was one. You actually did it as a DOS program that you would start up. It had its own paint program.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Painting some neat cars back. The number 9 is around. Crentley there. Alex Crentley, who just kind of lost it a little bit going into the corner. I don't know if he didn't run it really up into the track. Everybody was able to make it by, so they left the green out. Just ever so slightly lost it a little bit there.
Yeah, he got it back. Like you said, he prevented it from hitting anything.
He got it back, and then he lost it again. So that's that. We've seen the spin cycle really hurt the tires.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Probably killed those tires.
Happened again, yeah. So this, you heat them up too quick, they start to fall apart. So now I'm thinking he may have lost one.
Because he's going up high in the corner now. Sometimes it's like you said, the tires get heated up a little bit too much. You just gotta slow down a little bit, get the tire cooled back down, and then go. He may have, by having 2 spins like that, it's quite possible that he's got one that's really wore out. Struggling to keep it going straight.
Yeah, it looks like it's okay though. It looks like there's air in the tires because the car's actually sitting level. But yeah, you can see. He's struck with loose. Yeah, he's on ice right now with that thing.
Killed that right rear tire enough to the point where it's lost all the grip. So
yeah, probably trying to limp it back around to the pits, and it's like it feels like you're on ice. I know that feeling. Flat spot the tires.
I think you'll see him going down a pit road. Yeah, so he's bringing it down pit road now to the attention of his pit. He has just killed those tires a couple of times there, and it's time to come in and get new tires put on it. He'll go a lap or 2 down. If cautions fall his way, he should be able to get some of them back, maybe get himself back on the lead lap, get back into contention for this race.
Currently on the battle here for about 5th. More like 4th, actually. Chambers in the 10. Whistle was all over him. It fell back a little bit there. There's Viper in the 24. He's in 6th place right now.
Notice these guys during practice were getting a little loose on entry. So I would imagine if you try to overstep it just a little bit, it had a tendency to get loose. We've seen it a couple of times. So somebody got up there and just tried to push it a little bit hard, got it loose. He's just loose again off the corner. So he's kind of got it that right rear heated up a little bit. He's just got to kind of settle down, let it cool back down a little bit, and they can start moving back to make a charge back at Dennis.
RJ Bishop takes over the spot. Oh, maybe not.
We're coming right back at him.
I thought he was going to take him, but he didn't. These guys are fighting for 6th place right here. It's a great thing about these gigantic flat tracks, right? Like, it's not always the fastest way around being right down there on the white. You might be able to get the hop on the guy, but they got her locked on rails on the wall.
You got to be able to get off the corner.
Yeah, it feels so good when you know you're coming off the corner right, and you feel like you could just drive that thing anywhere.
That's the big thing, is you can get down below them, but you don't always necessarily, just because when you exit the corner, you do not have the ability to slide up towards the wall, which can make it hard to get off the corner and underneath somebody. So you're still racing pretty good for it, though. RJ's trying to get by Viper, see if he can get into that 5th spot or 6th spot.
There's your leader, John Wall. 2nd place, Chris Aiken. 3rd place, Josh Chu in the 85. Josh's Eggs. 2 Josh's Eggs cars in a row right there.
Yeah. Dennis Chambers a little bit back. He is about a little about 3 seconds back from the leader.
They got the line. Chambers, 3.75, so 3 3/4.
Yeah, it's to the leader, but he's about just a little under 2, around 2 seconds from Josh 2 and Chris Aiken. So keep your eyes on Chambers. Chambers is usually pretty crafty. We've seen him fuel mileage his way sometimes in the wind.
Oh yeah, it's been some exciting stuff.
Just because he's not up there fighting for the lead doesn't mean that he's out of this thing. He's always got a plan. He's always thinking ahead.
And I wonder what setup they're running. If they're running a stock fast one, they probably tweaked it a little bit. That's usually a good starting point.
Yeah, I think Viper usually him and Chris, I think, get together and kind of make the setups. I think I could be wrong. I don't know, but that's what they usually do. So
well, who were talking to at Maverick? Was it Keith? About how he said if it was up to him, he'd design the setups to be tire race every time, which I think is great.
Yep.
You got to manage those tires.
You got to think about, especially when you're running a league or you're one of the head admins and that you're doing that stuff, is you got to make a setup that everybody can drive. And what people don't understand is make a setup, for me, let's say, most people wouldn't be able to drive it. I like to have my car with the tail of it hanging out a little bit. It's just something I've always done. And, some people can't drive them that way. A driver who is experienced, like you talk about, Chris Aiken, Viper, and them guys, well, they can drive a tighter car. They just back it up the corner a little bit more and make that right front last a little longer. But, it's easier for somebody who can't handle a loose car to have a tighter car than it is to have a really loose one.
Yeah, loose is fast, but it can get away from you.
Oh, yeah. Say, Crintley's working his way back up through, just past Alec Tindell there in the 13. Got the fresher tires out there, so he's slowly but surely, he's not making up positions, he's just making up, taking spots off the track. He's currently 2 laps down. He's just trying to hope that the green flag can go a little bit longer. He can stay out there, make up some time, and then when they do pit, maybe he can sneak back a lap, and then hopefully a caution will come around shortly after that. He'll get the lucky dog, and he'll be right back on the lead lap.
So I just noticed, we noticed at the front of the race there when we were just about ready to start the parade lap, that, was it Kiera always goes to the pits and stays there.
Yep.
And Jernigan looked like he was doing the same thing. It's reporting Jernigan retired with a camshaft.
I can tell you what happened.
So he blew up.
He blew it up.
Yeah.
No, it didn't blow up. He blew it up.
Yeah, like popped the gear too high.
When I was
RPM
watching
and
him,
cracked it.
They were pulled down. He was on pit road, and when I had skipped to him there once, that thing was turning about a little over 9 grand and constantly, and it never got dropped.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, he blew it up. So, we got
funny. I wonder if it was a controller malfunction or if he did it on purpose.
I would imagine it could have been, because that happens too. When you jump out of the game and you're in that, it will rev it.
Yeah.
If you alt-tabbed out or something like that, it will blow it up. Looking into the chat, Viper's stimulations, imagine that's Viper. Says, a bunch of damn wreckers being funny.
Yeah.
We've got, looks like they just got there just in time. Then where's the 72?
That's me.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's right. 72. That's the guy that's sitting next to me in the booth here. And
that's
then,
my buddy. That's my buddy from work. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he's watching the stream. So, what's up, pal?
Then, of course, he got my daughter on there, so saying hi to her dad. So, hi, Mackenzie.
Hello, Rod Weston, my father.
She's
very specific.
Yeah.
How do you know that's your daughter? Because she said it is right there. Yeah. My father.
wouldn't have anything to do with the fact that her name is Mackenzie Weston or anything.
That helps too. Yep.
Yeah. The only thing is I can't understand is we only got 3 likes. Likes are free. Nobody ever seems to like our broadcast on.
Everybody hates it, but there's no hate button.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
There's a dislike button, but there's no hate. Musa in the 5th. RJ trying to reel him in. I just saw RJ slap the wall. That might not have seen that on the broadcast, but just off the screen there a little bit. But a lap ago.
I was just going to run through the field, though. We got John Wall still currently out there in front. I think he's... Let me look at the cheat sheet. Good when you do that, you hit the button and then turn it. So he has led all but 2 laps. Chris Aiken and Viper got those laps led. Chris at the beginning, Chris Aiken obviously during the caution. Second place back there, Chris Aiken, the Josh's age Dodge, Douget they call it. Our current champion. Congratulations to him. Hopefully we get a chance to talk to him no matter what he does tonight. Josh too, and the Josh's egg Douget as well. New paint scheme tonight, pretty sharp looking rig. And we got Dennis Chambers, and you've always kind of liked his cars because they're just kind of a simple white, but yet with a little bit of maroon on it. Good classic design still. Sitting there in the 4th position. Tom Musa in the... This is funny because it's a Ford Thunderbird.
I know what you mean.
Right there, that's pretty cool. Then we got RJ Bishop. He's in there in the 18 Dodge Kodak car. And he's a lot of Dodges here tonight. You notice that?
Yeah, I do. It's a shame.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. Okay, so I'm trying to find out. Hit the pace car and it got me a little messed up.
Should be on Viper next, right?
That was what it was, but it went past it. So then we have got Viper. He's the current 2nd in points guy. Always got the old Jeff Gordon's theme. I'm not sure. Maybe he likes Jeff Gordon. We'll have to ask him sometime.
Just hang on to it.
He's in the 7th position. Jamie Tedder back there in the 910. Can't really read the sponsorship on that, but that's a sharp-looking blue and silver car.
Are you not a Panthers fan?
Oh, Carolina Panthers. There we go. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, no, is that football?
That is football, yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm the Bears. That's all I can tell you. And then in the ninth position, driving one of the few Chevrolets out there, Crocodile Cromp out there in the All Signs, number 17. That's a sharp-looking rig. Back in the 10th position, we got RC, Dick Jordan, in the IBM number 61 Chevrolet. So there's another Chevrolet out there.
I want to say 33.
In the 11th position.
Oh no,
Chevrolet
blame fell out.
Driven by Tom Goodman in the Skull Bandit number 33. And I missed the 12th car. Okay.
I was doing great keeping up with you there, and then I don't know what happened. My game puked on me, so I'm just resetting the game right now. And I had to mute Tedder because apparently he's got me on a whisper key so you could hear talking.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have a potty mouth. He'd be okay, but he was stepping all over me. So
currently in the 13th position is the Zach Tyndall. He's one lap down. Currently the only car one lap down, of course, in that Dodge Austin Crackers. I don't know if you guys have got them up there, but those are good crackers.
Oh, are they? I have to pay attention to some Austins.
They're very good. And in the 13th position, I gotta find him. Alex Crintley. Now, he's the guy that had a little bit of trouble there a while back. A couple of spins. He's currently 2 laps down. And he is still trooping along out there, waiting for that caution, or caution wouldn't do him any good. I think they only let one lap car, one lucky dog. Could be 2. If it does 2, he'd be all right. But I think his plan right now is to just try to hope that this race goes green long enough so that he can make up a lap, maybe or 2, and then catch a caution, which would put him right back on the lead lap. And then Tom Goodman, who's just gone down a lap. For a second, woo! I just switched over to John Wall. Way good save on the exit of the corner. I believe that was out of turn 2. He had that thing pretty sideways. Chris Aiken's starting to roll up on his rear bumper. John's I think he's been a little harsh on that right rear, and it's starting to catch up with him.
Oh yeah, just kicked it out there and tagged the wall a little bit. Yeah.
I kind of said that Aiken was just kind of taking it, sit back and take it a little easier. He's been saving them tires a little bit. He's going to make his way right past John Wall here. I think John's going to give him much trouble. We'll see. John drove it in there pretty deep.
John wants the points, right? I mean, he's him and Tedder and for that second and third spot, Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's done what he's done what he's supposed to have done. Get out there, lead the most laps, try to win the race. And, then everything else will fall where it falls. Vipers, I'm not exactly sure. We'd have to figure out the math on that, but I'm sure, Viper still being currently running in the 7th position has probably got himself close enough to where if John, does win the race, leads the most laps, he probably would still have it. But there again, like I said, we'd have to do some quick math to figure that out. John is holding on to that thing pretty good. He was just a little too aggressive there, but now he's kind of slowed down a little bit, being a little easier on that right, and starting to pull back away from Chris Aiken. So
there's about 165 going into the corner, right there at the apex at 105. So he's dropping 60 miles an hour to go through these turns.
We're 43 laps into this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm on Zach, which is I think a lap down.
Zach Tyndall is a 1 lap down. Yep.
Tom Moose's in the pit right now. Let's see what he does. He is taking right side so far. I would imagine it's going to be a 4-tire stop. This is kind of what Grindle wanted, to get them guys to start the pit. And then once everybody does, hopefully that moves him up enough to where he can at least gain 1 lap at it. Tom Usa did take 4 tires in fuel. See, it'd be interesting to see where he comes out. He's probably currently, just as is shown, he's about 23 laps back, but that'll probably change when he hits the start-finish line. Imagine it. You lose. Woo, boy, did he drive that one in there.
Just a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what you say,
he went
they're
in
going
there.
to pave it, we're going to drive on it. He used the whole track right there.
He did.
Dick Jordan is in there too now.
So that moved him 11th, 1 lap down, but there is a bunch of cars that are going lap down, so pit stops are probably happening.
Yep. And get up here, we are, yep, John Wall. Let's just check in to see where he was. He's on the access road, headed to the pits. Got to slow her down to 45. It's a long way around. You can go as fast as you want when you're on the access road, but when you get to that white line where the stripes are there, you got to be 45 or under. So we'll keep an eye and see if anybody gets a penalty. Hopefully not.
Chris Aiken and Dennis Chambers so far have stayed out. Josh 2 has as well, and I believe RJ Bishop.
There's your leader Wall getting full service. Aiken is now in the lead on pit road.
He's just headed in. So that gives the lead over to Dennis Chambers. Just took that over. That moves RJ Bishop, Josh 2 up into the 3rd position. They have not yet pitted. Crocodile Crump is headed down pit road right now as we speak.
Tom Goodman, such a cool looking car. I love that thing.
Josh 2 headed to pit road. RJ Bishop on pit road. I'm just curious to see what this does for the 9. He hasn't gained any back or a lap back yet, but I think we still have Dennis Chambers out there. You'd assume he would be pitting soon, but we've seen him do a lot of staying out.
Yeah. When it comes to like prolonging a run, like this guy with fuel mileage, remember the one race everybody had to pit 3 times and somehow he won the race on 2 stops?
It was like 10 laps into the beginning of the race. He's like, wait a minute, I think I can knock off a stock here.
Yeah.
He's coasting.
He was coasting in the corner all night, but by going slow all night, he only had to pit twice.
Yep.
And he had a winner.
He was clutching in the corner.
Yep.
He's doing currently right now. He's clutching it in the corners. Which is not necessarily, going to put him super duper fast. Going to let him go further. And I think he's probably thinking that if he's gone this far, I don't think he pitted earlier.
Yeah, he's getting it to about 8,500 RPM into that corner there. He was clutching in turn 3 and 4. He didn't clutch there. Riding on board with Chambers right now, the number 10.
Unfortunately, though, the replay part of it, or what you're watching there, won't show that he clutches all the way when he does and he doesn't clutch. You're right, he is not clutching anymore. So,
but it'll go silent, like the noise, the audio will stop when he cuts
the
the engine.
The audio will stop, but the tack won't. It's weird how it does that.
Right. But he's very, very smooth. Oh yeah, and that's a big deal too. Like if you're tromping on the pedal, bing, 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 he's feathering, and that saves gas too.
Oh yeah, and just think right now, should a caution come out, he would have the top 4. Whoops, there he goes now.
He's for the pits,
yeah. So I was going to say, but if the caution had come out while I was there, he would have everybody except for the top 4 a lap down.
Yeah.
They, granted, would be catch up to him, but he'd be able to go in and put 4 tires on. Obviously, they would go in and put tires on as well. And then, they would have been equal, but there would have been only 5 cars on the lead lap. At that point in time, Tom Musa would have been the lucky dog and would have been able to be back on the lead lap. So, caution early, and we have not seen a caution yet. These guys are having a great race.
Yeah, there's been just one yellow, I think, right?
There's the one yellow early in the run.
Yeah, I lost all that data because I game crashed out. So to me it says 0, but I know that's wrong. Currently back on your race leader, I would assume here. The 0, John Wall, once he comes down front straightaway here, coming up.
You are correct. We did have 2 yellows.
There's a 2, yeah. Yeah, because they came pretty close to each other. We went green and yellow again after the missed shift, we believe, from Musa on that restart.
Yeah. And probably John Wall is going to take the lead there. Yes, and he does. So right now we got the fastest lap. It's 36.72732. Sorry, at 147.011 miles per hour by Mr. Fast Cow Tom Goodman. So far has turned the fastest lap out there tonight.
Oh, that's Jamie. We got to get on Tom. There he is.
That could change. I mean, it's he might have. Does it tell us what lap?
What lap? Replay analyzer probably would, but that won't.
Okay. We'll probably see that fall maybe at the end of the race. Should we have a late race caution and everybody goes and takes 4 tires and they really get to racing at it, that may fall, may not too. So
tire difference there. Chambers just drove right around Goodman.
That's because he went further and now he's got the freshest tires out there. So he's going to be, he's currently in the 6th position. About 20 seconds behind John Wall because, John and them guys pitted it a little earlier and Dennis just kept running around out there. But that will change around a little bit as the run goes. He may even be, it might be a kind of a one-stop under the green flag conditions. He may just stay and keep going through the rest of the race. We'll have to yet to see. We do not know how much fuel mileage they get. I would imagine they had the 2 pit stops early, or some of them pitted on the first one, others didn't, or pitted on the second one. So it'd be interesting to see how far they can go on fuel because we are past the halfway point. So.
Yeah, currently focused on Bishop here. 2 took the spot away from him. He's trying to get it back. But they're just settling into their stuff here. Viper currently being shown in 11th. Musa's currently being shown in 3rd. Zach Tyndall in 12th, and he is 2 laps down. And here is your leader, John Wall, followed by the 19, Chris Aiken, your champion of the season. There's some stats. Chris Aitken has already clinched the championship this year. This is the final race. In the first 34 races, 34 top 10s, 33 of those were top 5s, with 17 wins and 2 poles.
I noticed that Viper has gone a lap down. Wonder if Viper had a, bad pit stop or something like that put him a lap down. He was right around where Josh 2 and RJ Bishop are, so wondering if he just maybe had a speeding penalty on pit road or something that kind of knocked him back a little bit. Let me check.
Yeah, currently being scored 1 lap down. Has led 1 lap. That's another thing too, man. Wall has led 49 laps tonight. We're on lap 58, or lap 59.
So that is what happened. He had got a speeding penalty on pit road.
Aha.
he was up there running, with Josh too, and RJ and all them up there, Tom Musa. And all of a sudden he was a lap down. I'm like, and something had to happen because Vipers usually stays kind of around where he's running. And
yeah, 1 lap led by Viper, 6 laps led by Dennis Chambers, 2 laps led by Chris Aiken, and 50 laps led by John Wall.
not surprising. Sometimes he gets to those races he's good at. He puts on a clinic.
Again, there's the stats for Wall. He's 85 points away from Viper.
Viper's in the 11th spot right now. Don't know if that's enough.
No.
Both led a lap, so that cancels that out.
Yeah. But Wall will lead the most laps. He's already...
Right.
You can't even catch him now. So that's an extra 5 bonus points on top of the win, so that's 180, right?
Trying to figure out what. Hold on, I know how we do that.
But Viper's going to end up getting 100 or so points as well, because if he's in 11th, there's only 13 cars left on the track running. So I don't believe it's mathematically possible for Wall to actually leapfrog Viper, even if Viper was to end up last, which last place in this race is 13.
So let's say 11th would give you 135 points. Now that's just saying, currently he's in 11th and he has led a lap.
Okay.
So, and a win with the most laps led is 185.
Yeah.
So
Mathematically,
50 points difference. It's not enough.
no. Not enough cars started this race to actually make that a
Yeah,
thing.
that's right. It's kind of what I was wondering. We'd have to, like I said, we'd have to do the quick math of it all. And that's basing it off from the older point system that they've always used to use, which was, I think it's 180 or 175 for a win, 5 for leading a lap, 5 for leading the most laps.
Well, Chambers just walked right by Bishop on that one. He got inside him, and Bishop just let him go. He's like, look, you got me, you can have it.
That's more of a case, he knows if he's coming that hard, I'll just let him go.
Yeah. That's the way I kind of drive too. I'm like, look, man, you caught me. So why lose concentration on my line and hitting my marks and stuff? I just let them go by and get back to the rhythm. You always talk about the rhythm. It's like if you're in a rhythm, you're in a zone, you can just kind of get in there and hit your marks. Racing another car upsets that a little bit. You end up using up your stuff a lot quicker.
Yep. I was just looking at it. Points, trying to see Dennis Chambers. It shows that he's 20th in points. He's ran 18 races and won 6 of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but he's back in 20th.
Did he win the tribute to Hawk that we broadcast last time? I think that was the one with the crazy gas.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Just curious to see where he was in points, but I only ran 7 races and I'm 11th, so that, unless they may have given me provisional points too, that I didn't know about.
That's possible, yeah, because if you started, they would give you, even if they gave 3 provisionals, you would have soaked up all 3 of them by now.
Yeah.
By default, just from competing in one race.
Well, I said I started running with them, and I was going to run with them for a while. And then, we started doing the ASR on Sunday, which kind of took me away from being able to run with them. I run a little bit for a little while, and then I kind of just taken a break again from it. So.
Yeah, it was fun. I got out there yesterday at Talladega Nights and did the shake and bake. We got Musa headed to the pit road, 4th position. Headed down the access road to the pits.
We're just about 13 laps to go or so. So it'd be interesting. Does John Wall and Chris Aiken have to pit? Or are they running too hard?
Mm-hmm.
Is Dennis Chambers gonna, snooker him again?
That would be cool. But see, all those numbers in Chambers' head too. If he is thinking about he's running a little bit slower to save that fuel. A yellow flag messes that whole strategy up. That's why it worked out so perfectly last time, because it stayed green. If a yellow had come out, it probably wouldn't have worked, because the gap that you create now disappears.
But the other thing too, he's still on a lead lap. Yeah, he's about 17 seconds back. So, and they're fast. Chris Aiken's fastest lap is like a 36.9. So he's pretty close to about half a track away. Strategy works. They pit. He ends up out front. He finishes that way. The chances he could win it. Should a caution come out though, he's able to go in, get 4 tires, in the short amount of time they got run about 11 laps. He can, make a charge.
Right. Then you got all fresh stuff.
Yep.
You won't even have to worry about conserving anything.
No. Just like I said, we're currently about 11 laps to go. I think we're going to be 10 when we hit the start-finish line here.
Yep. Lap number 71 starts right now.
So now the question is, is John Wall and Chris Aiken going to be able to make it? And they probably can. I don't know, but we're up here trying to call the race, and we don't know what's going through their minds, whether they can make it on tires or not. But they're turning. Dennis Chambers is turning about the same lap times they are.
Yeah. 37.7 compared to Aiken's 37.9. So yeah, a little bit slower, but not astronomical.
It's pretty close. So, it's just that it literally depends. Can our front runners continue and run the whole way? I believe they probably can.
Yeah, I'm wondering now, we're within 10 laps to go now. I wonder. I never liked pitting within 10. It just doesn't seem like enough time to even get the car back up to speed again. Get the heat back in the tires, all that kind of stuff. Like, I figured they would have pitted by now if they had to.
Yeah. Like I said, I think they can make it, even if they're getting down to where their tires, they're 17 seconds in the lead. I think even if their tires were wearing out to the point where they had a threat of possibly, the right front going red and losing it, all they got to do is back off and just slow down. Which they've slowed down, a little bit. Because Dennis is about a second slower than they are. It would be interesting. Chris is starting to catch up to the rear bumper of John Wall, so
yeah,
it'd be interesting to see if he's going to go for the 18th win or let John take the win and maybe mathematically take over second.
Yeah, but Chris. I mean, anybody who's racing. If you're coming out here and getting in the car, you want to win. It doesn't matter. He's clinched it. He clinched it 2-3 weeks ago, but he's still coming out here and he's still winning. So that blue car, that 19, he doesn't need to win, but he wants to.
Yeah. And John Wall is just a little loose on the middle exit of that corner.
Yeah.
Chasing that back of that car. And you see Chris Aiken's car is just as smooth. It's not, not twitching at all.
Yeah, we've seen John. There's been a couple little hiccups and not big hiccups. We were riding along with Chris. Oh.
Aiken in the wall there. He got a little tight.
Shot that one, yeah.
Might have have lifted early and got on a little sooner, see if you could possibly make a run at John, but just got a little tight on the exit there.
It took him a long time to reel him in that close, too, and now he's got to start all over again, and he's only got about 5 laps to do it. Thanks again, everybody who's watching on YouTube. That's awesome. I was thinking yesterday when I raced at Talladega Nights, I could have used the secondary channel to stream from the cockpit, because I have done that before, but
yep,
it's been so long I didn't even bother trying to hook it up.
Would you have used the same programming and everything that you do here?
No, it's a different. I have a different template.
Yep.
Because then I've got buttons on my wheel that can control the broadcast.
Right.
So it's like, and it's simple stuff. It's not like all these crazy transitions I have. It's just a screen, and then I can like mute my mic, stuff like that. I think I have a hold screen, just in case the game crashes. You know, you don't have to watch me launching programs on my desktop.
Yeah.
A couple little simple buttons like that.
It's kind of coming back at him. He's trying to see that if he can get in there and take the win away. You know, if you won that many, you want to win more. You always want to win. So you are correct in that.
Oh, he's only got a couple laps to do it. If the 19, I mean, and I wonder if he's. Would you be trying to even pass him right now? I mean, I'd just be trying to just kind of hang there and maybe make John nervous and maybe make him roast those tires up a bit more. But there, Chris overshot it again.
I think the tires are so old, worn out. I think Chris's tires are a little better.
Yeah.
If you can get by him and get out front, then you can just pull away from him. Right now, I think he's just a little bit faster than John. Now he's trying to make him look in that rearview mirror just to keep him busy.
But it's really smooth. I mean, you can tell he's conserving tires, but he's not fighting them yet. Anyway, once the tires start to fall, then you're done for.
Yeah, he has heated up that right rear a little bit. I think he's just gotten back to rolling that throttle on a little bit, so he's not getting that rear end to step out as much as it has a few times through the night. Just got to basically just roll that throttle nice and easy so the tires grip and come up to speed. Then you don't get that little tail happy move that we've seen John have for a couple of the times tonight.
This time by, the white flag will be in the air, meaning we got 1 lap to go. Tire Conservation 101 right here. Does the 19 have anything? Or is he content with second place?
He is looking high, looking low. Seen these two wreck. Oh! Got a little bit out of shape there. Chris Aiken did on the exit of the corner. Got down on the apron of the track. That loosened the car up even more.
That'll probably do it.
That's enough. Yeah. Just gave the gap long enough for John Wall just get out there. I think he's going to have this one in the bag.
Oh, I think Chris just lost a tire.
Wow.
Chris just cut a tire, and it looks like John Wall will take that checker.
That is
Or is this
crazy.
the final lap? What just happened? Am I looking at the wrong screen? No, I'm right. Okay. I think my broadcast was a couple seconds behind. Okay, that freaked me out for a second. The checkered flag is in the air. Your winner, John Wall. Oh, he just lost the right front. Did he?
Yeah,
I think he did.
They were right on the edge of those tires. So
I think he did.
That's where you thought, what we saw with the Dennis Chambers, doing a later pit stop, that he may have the advantage. It's just these guys never faltered.
Did he lose the right front? I think. Oh, maybe not. I thought John may have as well. But Chris definitely did. You saw that car go into the corner, and it just kind of went into the wall.
Done and gone.
Yeah. It's like you watch that right front drop, and then the car just goes right, because obviously there's nothing there to hold it. So he was running on a red tire for like probably the last 4 or 5 laps there.
I would imagine that he has, and that was, you know, both of them guys were probably, you know, just about on the edge of that right front. So we'll find out. We'll talk to them both here in a little bit, and we'll find out how they were, where they were with tires.
There's a look at number 19 doing his burnout as well, because he is champion on the season. So we get to watch dueling burnouts.
I'm wondering if they'll do a nose-to-nose. Yeah, now he's doing what they always call the Polish victory lap.
Yep.
With the right front tire flat, that's probably the way to do it. Sagan is taking a little trip backwards around the track. I don't think John's going to have any tires left by the time he gets.
No, I don't think so.
He's taking his Polish victory lap. Probably his right front tire is pretty down and pretty low too.
Shout out to Poland for doing laps in the wrong direction. I wonder how that even became a thing. I always wonder how the sayings start.
Alan Quickie.
Okay.
Alan Quickie was one of the first ones that I know of that would do he did the Polish victory lap. He would actually do it backwards.
Cool.
After he won a race.
Like turn the car around and drive it backwards, not actually in reverse.
Nope, just flip it around and just drive it around backwards. Have it around the track backwards.
Yeah.
Basically, he kind of called that the salute to the fans, because that way he could wave to the fans.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Guys are having a little fun celebrating there.
Well, there you go. Your season champion and your race winner, John Wall. We'll be talking to both of them shortly.
See if we can get Dennis Chambers down here and talk to us. Have him talk to us a little bit about his night. Dennis Chambers, Rod Weston, and Blaine in the booth. We got you, buddy.
You do. Good evening, guys.
So, you kind of went a little long on that pit stop, or that before the pit stop there when the green flag won. Kind of wondering whether we thought maybe, I mean, you might have had the better strategy, but these guys pretty much stayed going, although Aiken did blow his right front tire on the exit of 4 in the last lap. So, what was your strategy going? Were you trying to maybe snooker him a little bit like you've done before?
I would lean probably toward no to that. That wasn't the game plan anyway. Wasn't much thought in it, you know, at the start of the race, anything of that nature. And it was just kind of, you know, going at the pace that I was going, and, you know, a yellow or two that happened to come out, and when it did, and you know, then at that point I kind of got to thinking to myself that, you know, maybe, I wasn't convinced, but maybe it might turn into some type of a fuel race. And you know, at that point, though, at the same time, I mean, I kind of felt like that I had to try something. I mean, you know, between John and Chris, I mean, them guys ran fantastic. I mean, you know, racers use the term of being in another zip code. I mean, them guys were in another country. So, I mean, definitely tip my hats to them. You know, and like I said, I mean, you know, just trying something different to see if, you know, something might work or not work, and, you know, finish third. And if for some strange reason we did have a third place car, that's where we ended up. So happy with it.
Yeah, we kind of wondered about that a little bit, just, you know, because you are one of the better strategists out there. If there's a way of, you know, making that work, you do really good at that. So unfortunately, it didn't pan out for you tonight. They were able to make the distance. I think maybe 5 more laps, it might have paid off for you. Like you said, Chris Aiken blew his right front tire on the exit there in the last lap. But all in all, really good race. I noticed that you haven't run every race here this year, so the question is, next season come around, are you going to try to run the whole season and see what you can do?
Well, I mean, nothing 100% set in stone. I mean, if I had to answer that today, I mean, I'd say it's probably something that we're leaning toward doing. I run it at another place right now as we speak. I don't know if that'll change or not. I don't think it will. But like I said, as far as what my schedule is as we speak today, like I said, I'd probably say I'd continue to keep running here.
Yeah, great group of guys, and you always seem to have pretty good success over here. What little I get a chance to see you. I raced in the beginning of the season with the guys until we picked up ASR on Sundays, and then I wasn't able to do it. So that's still, all in all, good race. Like you said, you didn't do well in the points this year because you didn't run too many other races, but all in all, pretty decent finish. So.
Well, no, again, definitely appreciate it, guys, and happy with the races and in the amount of times I ran here, and like I said initially, know some people that run here, some I don't, and it's definitely been fun at the very least to get acquainted with them guys again, that I haven't ran with in quite a few years actually.
Yeah. Hopefully I will see you back here again. So I'm going to give you, unless Blaine's got something for you, I'll give you the opportunity to thank the people that got you here.
Yeah, man, let it rip. Like I said, congratulations. I'm always behind the scenes working on this post-race stuff. But I love how people always end at Miami. It always just seems to be, it's always a great race. It's an awesome track. People can have some space out there, and it always comes down to pit strategy, which I am a big fan of.
Well, and I second that as well, Blaine. Me personally, I know there's a number of different versions out there, and a lot of people kind of, at least in my experience, kind of frown on the original. I look at it differently because I think the original is probably one of the more challenging, if not the most challenging. And I really look forward to that. And to me, it's a treat running on the original game track.
The old flat trackers, we all like the flat tracks, and that's exactly where that falls into.
Yeah, most definitely.
All right, well, Dennis, congratulations on your third. I'm going to give you the opportunity to thank the people that got you here, and we'll move on to Chris Aiken.
Yeah, thanks again, guys. Well, obviously, you guys at Tarnation, for what you do, can't thank you guys enough, and obviously for what you contribute to the NR 2003 community and everything. Can't thank you guys enough. Obviously, SMO, Jamie Tedder and his crew for doing what they do. All the upkeep and whatnot that the admins do as well. Same deal. Can't thank them enough. As far as sponsorship goes, Jim Salad Company out of Unity, Maine, and just want to thank all friends and family that did watch us and have watched previous races as well. And again, tip my hat to Chris on his finish and winning the championship, and congrats to John with a good run that he had all season and the win this evening. And I'll just throw in one little last thing that looks like that it is a top 3 Dodge show.
Oh yeah,
I like that. That's a good one. Here you go. Our third place finisher tonight, Dennis Chambers. Thank you, bud.
Thanks,
you guys.
Dennis. Okay, Rob, before we move on, let's do John first and then bring Jamie down here as well. I just got a text from Jamie, so.
There's John here with us.
Jamie.
We've also got Chris, and we got Jamie Tedder in here. So.
Yeah. Let's interview John first because Chris has got the championship too. So we're all in here now. We can all just have a chit chat. Really, it's not a.
All right. Well, first thing we'll do, we'll ask a question to just Mr. Wall. Led the most laps tonight. Which is very good. It was 72 laps. So that was pretty good. Got out there. You did everything that you needed to do to beat Viper in the points. Don't think you're going to be able to do that. We did the math a little earlier when he was in 11th place, and you were going to come up a little short, which kind of sucks. So the big question I have is how bad was your right front tire at that end of that race?
Well, it was all red for sure. I was actually saying to Chris, because I saw him go in the rearview mirror, go shoot up the track, and I said, "You blow the right front, And he said, yeah. And I said, well, I'm about to blow mine too. Hopefully I make it to the line. And I did, but it wasn't shortly thereafter on the cooldown lap where it went.
Blaine saw that happen, so he wasn't 100% sure, but we believe that we saw that you blew the right front tire after the race was over. So.
Oh yeah, it was definitely in trouble. Fuel, I was close on that too. Of course, Chris, he was on my tail, so I was like, well, a few things are gonna happen here. Either I'm gonna wreck, blow a tire, run out of fuel, or all of the above, or win. I don't know.
And we've seen races where you and Chris have raced pretty hard for it, and usually ended up having a little fender bender at the end of it. Not intentionally, just good hard racing. But I think Dennis Chambers had a different strategy, hoping that you guys could make it with tires. He definitely had pitted a lot later than you guys did, but unfortunately for him, you guys were able to make the distance, and he wasn't able to do anything with it.
Yeah, Dennis, he's definitely known for his strategy on the fuel, which is great. He whoops us every time, it seems like, with that. I think I even said something on open chat. I think Dennis and Jamie, they might try to stretch it. I don't know if I can, but anyway, we just barely had enough, and of course the tires were just as close.
That should at least get you third place in points. So all in all, not too bad. I did notice, looking at the standings and such, that you did not race every race this year either. So.
No, I think I ran like the first 25 races or so. It's hard to do a full season commit to it, especially with the kids and work and just different stuff. But I congratulate Chris. He and I, for years, and I say this all the time, he and I, for years and years, have raced together. We race very similar. We're always around each other, and that's why we have that respect with each other. I know if he's going to run me hard, I'm going to run him hard. We have gotten into it a few times, but you know what? That's part of it. I'm not going to let him go. He's not going to let me go. But we talked about it. Everything's great.
Just some good hard racing. Like I said, I've raced with you guys. I actually ran, it looks like, gonna look at the thing there, I ran 7 races with you until we picked up ASR on Sundays, so I wasn't able to come back race with you guys. But you guys, it's all a great group of guys. It's a lot of fun to race with you, and congratulations on your win. And I think, unless Blaine's got something for you, we'll give you the chance to thank the people that got you here.
Yeah, I was gonna say congratulations on the win. Same deal. I love a Homestead race, and then the tire strategy that comes in. Do you guys customize these setups much, or do you just run like a stock fast setup?
For the most part, as far as I really don't do much with the setups. I just know we run the game tracks. I'm pretty sure it's it's either the fast or the expert setup. Probably 95% of the time.
And then the tweaks are when that particular setup doesn't quite fit what you're looking for. A couple of subtle tweaks to make it better for everybody. I know how that works usually too.
Yeah, it's a good base.
You try to make it as close for everybody. I know the skill levels are from high to low. We just want to make it fair and just fun for everybody. I know Jamie and Viper does a lot of setup work when we do have to adjust stuff, so they do a great job with that stuff. As far as thanking, my SMO guys here, they're great. I've been with them for years. I don't know if I'm going to commit to another full year next year. It's going to be up in the air with the kids and everything now, with all their stuff. So I heard at the beginning of the broadcast you guys talked about my car with the train on there and the sunrail. Yep, I'm a engineer, and that's the company I work for. I drive the crazy train in the mornings.
All aboard.
Right?
That's a good one there. All right, John, we'll give you the chance to thank the people that got you here, bud. This floor is yours.
Yeah, again, it's SMO, Jamie, RC, Viper, Josh, of course, Chris. Chris, congratulations again on that championship. Once again, he just kicks butt. I think I've won. I think when I race with Chris, I know he's got a whole bunch of wins that he talks about, but I haven't run all the races with him. But I think when we run together, I've won more races, but he whoops my butt with championships year after year after year, league after league, series after series. So, congratulations again. Thank you guys for doing the broadcast. It's always fun to sit and talk with you guys. Rod, I know, and Blaine, I raced with you guys a bunch. You guys are great guys as well.
Thanks, John. Congratulations.
Thanks, John. There you go. Our first place finisher for the night, John Wall, did his best to try to get himself up into second place in points. Just a little bit short, though. Congratulations, bud.
Now we got Chris waiting in the wings, but Jamie wanted to do the honors, so we'll give the microphone to Jamie. Take it away, bud.
Well, thanks, Blaine. Well, you know, Tarnation TV, we've been using you guys for quite a while, so it's y'all always put on a good show for us. But this year at SMO, we had 36 races. We went back to the 2004 schedule that NASCAR ran, and we went to the original Cup mod, and we also ran all game tracks and expert setups if an expert was available. So with that said, 36 events, 17 wins, driving the Atlantic Racing World number 19 Dodge. Our champion is Chris Aiken. And Chris, congratulations, and it's always a pleasure racing with you, brother.
Well, I definitely appreciate it, and it's been quite a season. Very, very successful season. Lots of fun. Congratulations to John for the win tonight. That was a blast competing for the lead there towards the end. Just unfortunately didn't have the tires, but I think I ran a little too hard trying to keep up. But you know, that's part of it, unfortunately. But I think that makes 7 straight cups in this series. So we'll see if we can go for 8 again next year.
Well, you almost got him there. Go ahead, Jamie.
I was just going to say, Chris does help a lot with the server and does a lot of things of, especially on the Monday nights of getting tracks together for the Josh's X touring series, and he is a big asset to our league. So I just wanted to again thank him for that, and I had to say while I'm on here, John as well, Viper, Josh, with Josh's Eggs. He's a big sponsor for us, so we couldn't do it without the drivers either. So all the drivers, I appreciate them showing up each week. So, but I'm going to jump out of here and let Chris have his fame, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Thanks, Jamie.
And thanks, Jamie. All right, so now you've got that out of the way. Chris, he had a pretty good race. He got the lead away from you. It looked like a few times at the end of the runs you were a little bit quicker than him, but not quite enough to just get by him. And then, of course, there at the end, coming out of turn 4, checkered flags waving, and you blew the right front tire.
Yeah, I think on that second run, or that last run there, I think John and I both just ran just a little harder than what we had the runs prior to that. Just trying to stay ahead of one another. But I thought for sure, I said, man, I'm gonna get him. He's gonna run out of fuel, because he pitted before a lap before I did, and I was close, and I was saving, and I was about 1.5 to the good. So I know he was clutching there for a little bit. I wasn't sure how much he saved, but I knew he was going to be close as well. But I hadn't even really taken the tires into consideration. You know, I did a couple full fuel runs during practice, and the tires weren't really an issue. But you know, sometimes you practice a little different than what you race.
Yeah, you run a little harder racing, especially when you're racing against somebody like John Wall.
But you know, that first run there was more so. I knew that we could make it on one stop if we pitted with. I think I pitted with 35 to go, 34 to go. I knew I could make it. Just had to be a little easy with it. Nothing too severe, but just had to conserve just a little bit, because I knew he was about 33 on the tank of fuel. And once again, tires weren't too big of an issue. I mean, they were, but I wasn't really concerned about blowing out a right front tire. But well, we saw what happened. But you know, it's part of it, unfortunately. But John just conserved his stuff a little better, and congratulations to him. It's always a blast running with him and competing for the win. It seems like, you know, anytime him and I are together, we always get ourselves in a nice close little battle like that, and it's always a lot of fun. I promise one of these days I'll win one of the broadcasts that you guys put on. But no, it's always a pleasure to be in here, talking with you guys. I'll take the championship over the win anytime, but the win would have been nice as well. But
well, even losing the tire from second place and still being able to finish second place is pretty awesome. You guys had quite the lead on that third place.
Dennis had pitted a lot later than you guys had. So, you think about it. Let's say the race went 2 more laps. You blew the tire with 2 to go, and he blew the tire with maybe 1 to go. Dennis might have got you guys, because he had fresh tires, and he was not having any fuel or tire issues because he had pitted a lot later. So it got, it worked out, but it could have been pretty bad.
Yeah, and that all goes back to that final caution. I thought for sure we'd have another caution after this. I don't know. I'm going to stay out, and if it does go green, I think we could make it on one stop from here. And well, that's what wound up happening. So, of course, everybody else came in and topped off and got tires, right? So, but I wasn't really too concerned with it. Didn't really affect anything either way. So I'm more than happy with second place. So it's been a great season. There was a race, wasn't too long ago, maybe 5-6 races ago. I think it was Kansas, and I was like 3rd or 4th and struggling really bad, and blew a tire under green and lost all kinds of time. I think I went a lap down. Somehow or another came back and won the race, so I wasn't even in contention all night. And so, these things go both ways sometimes. So sometimes you just got to keep an eye out. And I was more worried about trying to keep pace with John and try to force him into a mistake, make him overdrive the corner, or get miss his braking point or something. Didn't quite work. There was a couple times, but I worried too much about what he was doing, or trying to make him make a mistake rather than worrying about running my race and making the tires hold up. But hey, it is what it is. Again, I can't ever complain anytime him and I get to battle each other for the win. Usually, at least on broadcast, he usually comes out on top. But that's perfectly okay, man. It's again, if I'm up here talking with you guys, then it was a pretty decent night anyway.
It was fun to watch the strategy on a track like this, where it comes down to tires, is always so exciting.
Yeah, and it's not a whole lot of leagues run the default game Homestead. Everyone either uses the 2003 PWF track or one of the newer ones, and those are great. But I like what Jamie did with our Cup Series this year, and just went back to the default 2003 Papyrus stock game tracks.
Yeah.
And
we were mentioning that at the start of the broadcast. It's like, hey, if you want to race it this season, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, like your entire season was just stock game content. All the tracks, or except you have a couple of fun races in there though, right? Where they wouldn't be stock tracks.
Yeah, as far as all the points events went, they were all the game tracks. Like we did have a couple off weeks where I think one of them was the Bash, and then a couple others where we just ran, a random third-party track or something. But that's mainly what our Monday series is for, just running a bunch of different tracks that don't really get used a whole lot. But going back to this, it's a lot of these game tracks don't get used either. A lot of leagues run different versions or the latest versions of all the tracks, and that's great, and it's good that people still make content and all that. But sometimes it's just good to go back and
Old Faithful
revisit some of this stuff. That just all that there was back in the day.
Well, how the original thing, like the original game, how it was released, still puts on, still draws everybody to it. Nothing fancy, no fancy mods. Let's just run the stock unit. And I mean, look at that. I mean, a 36 race season on a game that's 3 years old now or something.
Yeah, and I have 31 different drivers show up and run at least one race throughout the season. That's that really says a lot, because just a few years ago we were getting maybe 10 or 12 guys that would run throughout the entire season. That was it. So we've tripled, quadrupled our car counts in some instances. So that's
excellent
through a
news.
couple of different things, through the broadcast like this, through I know Josh does a lot of advertising, just word of mouth, but we all definitely appreciate these broadcasts. They're always a lot of fun. They're fun to take part in. They're definitely fun to go back and watch later on. Being a part of it's great, but I also enjoy sometimes just getting on YouTube and going and saying, "Oh, hey, what did Tarnation broadcast here recently? Go ahead and check that out. That's pretty cool."
Yeah, pull up an old race, and there's always something going on somewhere. Especially with all the different broadcasting teams. Like we broadcast for ASR on Sundays, but you guys always lock your races in like 9 months in advance. So Flat Out took care of us there tonight. So then we're back there next week. So it's just everybody works together. It's great.
Yeah, that's a good deal. And I've helped out Andrew over at Top Dragster a couple times, and helped you out a time or two, and it's always a lot of fun. It's great that there's still so much support, and I never would have thought 20 years ago, even 15 years ago, that we'd have people 20 plus years after the game's been released
they're
putting
hopping on.
Putting on semi-professional broadcasts, and live streaming the races and stuff. Man, it's so cool.
Yeah, and you get car counts like this too. It doesn't matter. Like Sunday night, if you've got 15, 16 guys here, there's 20 other leagues that got the same car numbers. They're pulling 15 to 20 cars at ASR, so it's like there's only one league. There's so many leagues. It's so cool that it's still going. And again, racing with people that are 16 years old. Like, game came out, 3-4 years before they're even born.
Yeah, that's crazy to think of. I go back close to 10 years ago, probably about 2017 or so. So, about
I bought the thing when I was 20. I would have been 23 when I bought it in 2003. And then, you're playing with, Ken Roberts, and then Zach Roberts. It's I think he's 19, his nephew. And I was like, yeah, this kid was born in the game came out in 2003. So it's he was nowhere around when this thing came out. And he just picked it up a couple of years ago and thought it was great. And Uncle Ken drives, so maybe I can too, And it's you need to know a little bit to get it running, but there's enough resources out there to get it to learn how to do that properly. Windows 11 now, people figured that out pretty quick. So nothing's going to stop this thing. What's the plan for next season? You guys running stock game settings again, or changing it up?
I'm not sure. The Sundays that's Jamie's thing, and he makes all the decisions on that. And I think he's done a tremendous job with it. I'm not sure as far as what he's got planned for next season. I'm sure he said there's going to be some changes, but I don't know if that's schedule wise or track wise or even a different mod. I really don't know, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what we've got. And I can tell you that we have our new season for the Monday series starting next week. The schedule will be posted probably either later tonight or sometime tomorrow.
Cool. Always something going on at SMO Gaming Simulations. You still there, Rod? I hijacked your interview.
Hey, you guys are doing a great job.
Totally hijacked your interview.
You're doing fine. Congratulations, Chris. I mean, I don't want to keep you too much longer, but you did a great job, great season, great race tonight. You showed why you're the champion. Every time that I've been here or we've done broadcasts with you, you're usually right there up front. So congratulations on the championship, and hopefully next year you come back and defend it.
Well, I hope so, and if not, it's been a good run. That's 7 straight. So
wow.
I know, and I know it doesn't hold any merit to the real Winston Cup champions or real NASCAR champion for that matter, but Jimmy Johnson's got 5 straight. I got 7. So
yeah, but the difference would be that Jimmy Johnson always raced 100% race. You guys only do 25%. What's the lap count? I can't remember what you guys. It'll be different from race to race, but yeah.
Yeah, we do like 25 or 30%. Yeah. It's not. It's usually about an hour long or so, roughly. But hey, we don't do point resets either.
No, thank goodness. Jeez, you should run that would be something. 100% races. Daytona 500 is actually 500 miles. Holy moly!
So actually, the very first broadcast race that I ever took part in was actually. Trying to think the name of it. It was a 100% length Talladega race, and man, it didn't turn out well at all for me. But that was something.
Yeah, that is something.
I've been involved in one of those 100% Daytona races. Didn't last long, but yeah.
You wonder because you need a break. Like your leg starts to cramp up if you don't have a comfortable chair. Like there's all kinds of weird stuff that can happen.
But back when I was younger, when I was like a teenager, I would sit here and run 100% races. But of course, that was offline. You could pause it.
Yeah.
Take break as you need it. You do that online. You don't have that option. It's hey, you gotta stop and get up and take a bathroom break or something. You just gotta pull in the pits and leave your car sitting there while everyone else continues out on the track. And hopefully you don't fall too far behind, but you'll learn real quick not to drink a whole lot of liquids.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be the endurance race to end all endurance races, right? It's like change the season up. That would be something else. That would be wild. I don't know if you could run yellows though, because that would take a long time to do a race. But anyway, I guess we can we congratulate you. Yeah, we can congratulate you again on your championship win. Of course, second place tonight, just padding those points. But yeah, man, we'll give you the microphone and let you think who you got to thank, and we'll wrap this thing up.
Alrighty, well, I definitely appreciate it, and thank you to first and foremost you guys for putting on an excellent show and broadcasting our events when we ask for it. You always do a wonderful job with that.
Thank you.
Our team here at SMO, it's all a bunch of great guys. I've known a majority of them for at least 6 or 8 years. Josh and John I've known 20 plus years, so it's great. It's great working alongside with them and putting everything together. That's always fun. Thanks to Dennis Chambers. He's the one that got me involved in racing online. Just 10 years ago, this past July, he got me involved, and it stuck. Because prior to that, I just did strictly offline, and I happened to be back in the old SMS days. I was in the SMS lobby running some little 5%ers, and ran into Dennis, and we got to chatting a little bit, and he said, "Hey, why don't you come check out this group that I run with?" I said, "That's not really my thing, but I'll come check it out." Well, here we are 10 years later. Been through a couple of different leagues, but it's been a blast.
Only way to do it. Yeah.
Yep. And I look back now and I'm like, how did I just used to run offline? I wish I would have found the online racing stuff 10 or 15 years sooner than what I did. But I'm glad I found it, and found it when I did, because there's been a lot of places close up, a lot of people that have moved on or even passed away, unfortunately. But it was always great to get to race with those people and get to race in some of those leagues that aren't around anymore. But I've had a blast with it, and luckily I've been very successful with it. So I can't wait to continue on and see what 2026 brings us.
Awesome. We'll be kicking around watching for sure. Hopefully we can jump into a couple races too, depending on the scheduling. But man, it's been a pleasure talking with you. Thanks for your time. Thanks for having us do the broadcast. It's always super fun to do as well. But yeah, congratulations on the championship win, and we'll see you probably next year in 2026 already. Holy moly.
Yeah, you guys got a bash of ours coming up soon, don't you?
Yeah, we've got a few things on the list. I got to check my calendar.
We got Tuesday, we got next Sunday, we're busy.
Yep. There is something coming up with SMO. I remember I checked, there was 3 dates in the next 3 months, I think. But yeah, man. Thanks, Chris. And congratulations again. Awesome. Just dominated that season. It's insane, the numbers, like, an 800-point spread almost. And somebody's coming to get you, and somebody's got to come.
Yeah,
and get you.
somebody will eventually. They'll get tired of it. So, man, he's won too much. That's enough. Like, I know if it was me, somebody else winning all that much, I'd try and take them down.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would succeed, but I would try. I know John kept it pretty interesting until he missed a couple races. We were keeping things close. One week I'd gain 10 points on him, then he'd gain those 10 or 15 back the next week, and it was just back and forth all season up until, I don't know, about 6 or 8 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, his work schedule and life schedule changing, couldn't make it in there as much.
Yeah, no, I get it. I hate that he wasn't able to run the entire season, because it definitely would have been a blast to battle it out all season long between the both of us. But just that life gets in the way, unfortunately.
All right. Well, there you go. Our second place finisher, yet the points championship of the year. Congratulations, Chris. And well, like I said, congratulations defending your title next year.
Oh, thank you guys, and we'll catch you next go around.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris. Have a good night, bud.
All right, you too.
There you go. What a season.
Unreal season. I guess that's it, man. I think everything's been said tonight. We literally talked to everybody, I think.
Yeah, we got it covered.
Yeah, man. Well,
we'll be, Tuesday we've got Maverick. Their finale, yep.
Yeah, at Homestead. I don't know what version they're running, but we are going to be at the same track. What year?
Probably
I couldn't tell you.
Probably the newer version, but yep.
Yeah, Ben tends to run the up-to-date current versions of everything, so I'm assuming it won't be this one. It'll be a 2000 and whenever they reclaimed it version.
Yeah, progressive banking. Yeah.
Cool. Same track, but not the same track at all.
We're back with you're back broadcasting with Seth at FRN on Tuesday for the Challenge Series?
Yep, the Talladega Challenge at Roll and Thunder.
Yeah, and then we're back Sunday with ASR.
Yep, 1 week from now, and they go a little bit earlier. They start, the broadcast goes live about 7:30 p.m., so they dropped their lap count down at Talladega down to 56, I believe. So
Yeah.
Races start a little earlier, they're done a little quicker, and yeah, that'll be cool to catch up there. Flat Out Racing Network did race 1 tonight, so we'll take over race 2 to 8. But as I said before, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for SMO for having us. All the drivers, of course. Great race again tonight. It's always a great race with these guys.
Yeah.
And did you have anything to say before we close her out?
Oh no, it was great. Glad to be back broadcasting. So it was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I missed you last Tuesday, but had some things to take care of. But we're looking forward to it. Looking forward to going back racing in the spring.
Sweet. Yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on that too. That's pretty neat to watch. The go-kart is on the kitchen table right now.
It's in the living room.
Yeah.
The new, I'll send you the pictures. The new templates for the nose are being made up, so it's pretty neat. We're making fancy little winglets. So
nice. The whole fabrication shop going on inside the Weston household.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thanks again.
Just don't do the welding in there.
No. Yeah, don't do that. Burn the place down. Holy moly.
Right.
Well, there you go. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. And, we'll see you next time. See you on Tuesday. And that race starts about 8:30ish or so. The broadcast will be live on Tuesday at Maverick, right back here at Homestead, Miami, Florida. As always, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Keep your stick on the ice.